Hi, I'm Donnie Buchanan from entrycounts.com. You should watch this video if we have created a general purpose financial statement template for you in your Xero HQ. It's a step-by-step video showing you what needs to be done in order to prepare the report. You can still watch this video if we haven't done that for you, and it might show you how we work. First thing you need to do is go into your support resources and download the checklist. This checklist in Microsoft Excel is what's going to help you get this report prepared. The first step is you need to gather all of this information here. This information is going to go into the report settings. It's one of those one-off jobs. Once it's done for good. So let's do that first. The correct process is to go to Xero and open up the report and open up report fields. Accounting, reports, advisor, and then choose the template. You need to have a second tab open. You need to go to accounting, advanced, report fields. In this section, we're going to add all the information from the checklist. Here's our report. Most of the information in the checklist is going to fill into this director's report. First thing to do is choose your date range. In this section, you can choose all the different types and then hit update. Let's go to the statement of profit and loss. Next question is, do you need comparatives? If the answer is no, you have to go into every report and remove them from every single report. Xero does not allow you to remove them across the entire template. Do it one by one. If you need to keep them, make sure they're the right date range. If they're not, go to Edit Layout. If you highlight it, over here, you can change the comparative dates, but you must do it per report. You can't do it across the entire template. The main reason we did that is because financial information from these reports does not automatically go into the director's report. We have to update the fields. For example, down the bottom here, total comprehensive income, or whatever you want to call it, operating profit. These amounts need to go under fields. So back in report fields, you can see I've added the operating profit for the current year and the previous year. Back on the report here, your job is to go down the page and look for anything that is red, the color red. For example, I must have forgotten to add the second director's name, so I have to go back to fields and enter the information here. Because it's red and I've updated it, I have to rerun the entire report all over again. Now I've put a star on it, so it's there. Now you can see, after rerunning the report, the red field is gone and it's populating the director's name. The next step is to look for anything yellow, because yellow is prompting you, please read this and make sure it applies. If it doesn't apply, either delete it or edit it. For example, down here, I'm comfortable with that, there were no changes. In this section here, because it's pre-filling financial information, I'm going to have to edit something. I'm going to delete the statement saying there were no dividends. Okay, so what we've really done there is completed the non-financial information. The next step is report preparation. We have to now go through and make sure that all the accounting policies and disclosures are going to meet the requirements of the recipient. So in your case, you could be doing this for a number of reasons, whether it's a bank or an auditor or an investor or a government agency. That's your responsibility to figure out who it's for and what they're going to need. Now, we've provided you a lot of content straight from your general purpose subscription that we got you to buy. So it's a good base, it's a good starting point. You'll find that it's going to meet the majority of your requirements. You may have to add a little more or delete some. We're going to do that next. So just go through every report. How these reports work is in the statement of profit and loss and the statement of financial position, everything is summarized into a group with a link to the notes. So if you need to understand what's within that group, you either click on it or go to the notes page. This is where you will do the majority of your work. Okay, so the template we have built you is, we've tried to make it comprehensive enough to meet multiple scenarios, but it will never be perfect. We didn't build you 100 templates because that's very difficult for us to do and it's not very cost effective for you. So we've given you enough templates to be able to manage this as best we can. So if I go down the page here, what I mean is all of these are pretty standard disclosures and policies. It's once you get down to the numbered section, what we call schedules or notes. This section here is basically the detailed breakdown of what's in that group on the comprehensive income statement. So all of these accounts make up the amounts. We've given you some accounting policies and disclosures underneath them. They're more than likely to be okay depending on what type of business this is. You may have to change this. As you go down the page, you'll see that some of these don't actually even apply. For example, there is no trust and partnership income, so you might just delete that one. There is no rental income, so you might just delete that one. As you go down the page, what you will start to notice is what we call empty schedules. The reason these are empty is because you don't have any contract cost asset accounts. So what you have to do is delete these sections. Now, my recommendation is that you delete these sections as the very, very, very last job, because as you go through and assess the accounts, you may realize that you actually needed them. So, do it last. Just go down the page, read the disclosures under these sections, make sure everything is kosher for what you need it for. Once you're satisfied with the result there, all you do is hit publish. And from here, you can export to PDF. And now you have your general purpose financial statements ready to send to your client. All right, have a great day. Thank you.